Hey everyone, welcome to Giving Back AI Education. By the end of this video, you will be able to create your own workflow in n8n. This video is also part of the Full Stack AI Engineer Bootcamp. As a part of the course, we're also building a real AI product called GivingbackAI co-founder agent. It's like a human co-founder, but AI. Jivika helps you build and grow your business, applying lean startup principles every step of the way. So if you are interested in learning about AI engineering or launching your own product, be sure to follow the video in the sequence to get the most out of the series. You can also find the link in the description. Before we move on to the topic of the video, please consider subscribing. It helps us channel a lot. And if you need help at any point in the lesson, please drop a comment below and I'll try to reply as soon as I can. Visit your localhost port 5678, you will see this window. So click on this create workflow. As soon as you come to this window, you will see this button add first step. Click here and choose this on form submission. Okay, so what we are trying to do here is we will have our custom form and we want to validate the URL of the form. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. So let's try URL validator. So let's go to the form description. This form receives the URL from the user. Okay, so click on add form element. This will basically take the URL. It will be the text field. You can see all the different types of data types we have. Choose text for this. Since this does not natively validate if the URL is a valid URL or not, right, what we're going to do is we need to implement some condition there. Okay, so let's try what we have so far. Execute this step. It will open up this type of new window. Here, even if I submit some random text, it will take the value, right? It says form submitted. And let's go here on the output side. It is accepting any random text. So that means we also need to implement the validator that we have as our title. So how do we implement the validator? So this is good. Now let's save this and click on this button. So we need to add another node. So that is basically for the flow. Click here and choose the if statement. Basically what this is going to do is it will take the input value, let's say in the form submission. Remember, this is the form we created earlier. This is the node. Basically, when I say node is a building block here. This is one node, this is another node. Okay, let's double click here. You can see what is the previous node on this side of the workflow. Okay, you can see on the form submission we are taking care of these three fields. If you drag here, drag the URL field from the input and paste here in the condition, you can see it actually replaces with some expression. Basically what this is doing is internally this is taking care of most of the information, but if you click on this JSON part, you can also see how the data is structured or formatted or the schema of the data, right? You can also view the table form. If you are comfortable with the schema view, you can click here, but basically the data from the form is mapped into this structure. Okay, now this is our middle part. You can see input is here, the processing logic is here, and the output is on the right side. Okay, so what are we checking? Are we checking if the URL is something? No, right? So we are checking for the let's do matches regex. So how do we match the regex? What makes a text a valid URL? Well, if the text or the string starts with HTTP or HTTPS, right? So that means HTTP or HTTPS. So it can be both. So then we need to have the parenthesis including here and this should be the first first string in the complete URL, right? So it should always start with HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, and then it should always end with semicolon and colon and 2 forward slashes. Okay, so if this is the expression, then we can call text as a valid URL. Let's click on execute step. It says true branch node executed successfully, and we have false branch because we do have the if statement here. Save it again. Now we have 2 different new branches coming out of this if statement. So what we do after this is basically, let me show you what happens if the input text is not a valid URL. Let's stop the flow and display some message. Okay, search, basically click on this plus icon and then search for node stop and error. Okay, so this node is basically a node, pre-built node that will display the error message and also stop the flow of the execution. Okay, double click again. So what is the message we want to show? Let's choose some emojis. Okay, let's choose some emoji. Let me go to this. Let's choose. Okay, I'm gonna choose some emoji here. Invalid URL. That's the error message I'm displaying. Okay, and let's execute that. You can see invalid URL is coming right here. So that's good. Now let's back to the workflow, save it again. And what if the condition is true? Let's click here again. Let's search for the stop and error. Although this is not error, I'm gonna use the same node because it's easier for us to understand what is happening and debug the message, right? I'm simply displaying success. Okay, just keep in mind this node is reusable. Success. Okay, let's execute that step. It was appearing from the previous time. Let's execute one more time. You can see node executed successfully. Now let's go back to the canvas, and we have 2 different nodes. On form submission, if the input value is a valid URL, then you can display the success message. If not, stop and throw error. In either case, it will stop and display the message anyways. So let's save it. Let's execute the flow. You can see URL validator. Now if you go to test only, you can type anything. Okay, it should give us the error message. See here, invalid URL, because it's not a valid URL anyway, right? Let's try again. You can refresh the page. The form trigger is not listing anything. No problem, just close it and re-execute the workflow. It will open up the form again. So now let's try some valid URL like https GivingbackAI is a valid URL, right? Because it starts with https colon and 2 forward slashes. Okay, let's click on submit. It should successfully check for the text that we passed in the URL field and display the appropriate message. That's what we are trying to see here. Let's see. Problem submitting response. Why is that? Let's close it again. Let's execute one more time. GivingbackAI. See here, success. That's cool. And you can also trace the flow here. For this execution, it went through the success route, which is the true route, and you can see the green color coding. Okay, that's how we build our first simple workflow using a URL validation logic. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next time, and we are continuously building this product Jivika live here at GivingbackAI. Please consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye. Coding. Okay, that's how we build our first simple workflow using a URL validation logic. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next time, and we are continuously building this product Jivika live here at GivingbackAI. Please consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.